Hello, beautiful people.
How you doing? So today we're gonna be looking at a video about a person who is spending her $50,000 annual income while living in Brooklyn, New York. We're gonna take a look at that from our perspective. We are both born and raised here in Italy, and we're gonna be looking at this.
Quello che ha detto lui. Basta.
Poi diventi un meme.
Perfetto. Ma riesci a aprirlo o no?
New York City is pretty expensive, but I think if you know where your money's going and you recognize what your priorities are, it's totally doable.
Okay. Dov'è Brooklyn, tra l'altro? Perché non so esattamente dove è.
Nice. So the girl over here, she's making $50,000 a year. That's quite interesting. Coming out of college over here, we also make similar money to that. Actually, it's a little bit less, and we have to remember also that we pay way more in taxes. Let's keep watching.
And live in Brooklyn, New York, make about $50,000 a year. This is my first full-time job out of college. I started in September, so a few months after graduation. I've almost been there for a year. I've always been a really visual person, and I have a photo background, but I want to help with like branding and marketing. So somehow I found PI.
Okay. Let's take a look at our favorite part, which are expenses. Let's take a look at what American people like to spend on.
I feel like I've had a lot of different influences about money, negotiating, 401k, investments. There never was like one person who was like, this is what you need to do. A lot of it has just been influence, and I've also just...
Okay, let's take a look at this graph. So, what do you see here?
Risparmia quasi un terzo di quello che fa. Cos'è il debt repayment?
Debt repayment. She's paying off her debt.
Per aver studiato.
Okay, so here what I see, it's very interesting. She's living in Brooklyn, so Brooklyn I don't think is the cheapest borough in New York City. So paying $950 for rent a month, that's pretty cheap. So I would reckon that she's got at least one roommate, but we'll see that later on.
I like to divvy up things depending on percentage. So immediately after my paycheck comes into my bank, which I use Ally, it just goes into the savings depending on how much I want. I tailor my lifestyle towards not having that money because I'm just used to it.
She saves a lot of money for expenses and insurance. So here in Italy, we don't actually think too much about healthcare because we have universal healthcare, which means that pretty much the government pays for virtually 100% of all your medical needs. You know, so it's not an expense that we account for over here. But cool, let's keep going.
I graduated from Ithaca College in May 2018, so I had a lot of part-time jobs throughout school. I'm really fortunate that I didn't have a lot of student loans. I had a lot of scholarships, and my family helped a lot through college, so I could minimize the amount of student loans I have. I think it's really important to get a jump on it if you can. I still want to budget for it and get them paid off in the next 5 years.
Cioè, quindi lei aveva due part-time job. Aveva il mutuo, cioè il prestito, e i genitori l'aiutavano. E dopo tutto questo deve ancora dare $16.000. Va bene.
Welcome to America.
I feel like dating as a young person is pricey. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, it's a little helpful that I am a lady. So usually if I go on some first dates, I don't usually have to pay. I'm happy to. I honestly am. Like sometimes I pay tip, you know, things like that. And I always say I'll get the next one. When I've been in committed relationships, I'm very good about half and half. So if you get this one, I'll get the next one, or like just finding alternatives and just like going out all the time. I think dating in New York, it can get kind of pricey, but maybe not as much for...
No, perché stai dicendo solo perché sono donna non pago. Cioè, non stai dicendo che deve essere così, però stai dicendo è così. E io per me ne approfitto.
A lot of my friends and I have been doing picnics.
The roommate, I told you there was going to be a roommate. Yeah, there was no way she was paying less than $1,000 in Brooklyn and living by herself.
They're like potlucks, so that's a really good way to like hang out with people. I also am on a bunch of email lists and newsletters that give you free events. And a lot of professional networks I'm in have New York City events and classes that you can take for free. How long have you lived here?
Almost 5 years.
Oh, okay, nice. Like I'm actually...
Sto dialogo così, cosa veniva sto dialogo? Vabbè,
I'm friends with my neighborhood. How long have you been here? You just met the woman.
So like with my hair, I honestly cut it myself, or like my mom does it. Like, and that's just because I'm pretty simple.
Ah, pensavo che facessi in un altro modo.
100%.
Pensavo che a sto punto, dicevo,
In
ho
the
rimorchiato
summer-
un parrucchiere cioè, e mi taglio i capelli gratis.
In the summer, we also like cutting our hair really short, so we can do that ourselves, and we save a lot of money in shampoo.
So I have the 5% and then my company matches it. And if I get a pay increase, I definitely want to up that. For the company to put in money, like that's free money. Like I don't
Yeah, that's free money, so take advantage of that.
know why you wouldn't max that out if you have the financial means to. So that's really important to me. I do freelance photography on the side, mostly just because
Oh, come on, who takes picture of people playing with yo-yo? That's the boyfriend, I bet you.
I do headshots and portraits. I haven't done it as much now just because I've been working on another project. It's called Converge, and so it's all like an actionable resource for people who just graduated and seniors about like what to do after college. Here's some steps you can do, or like here's how you save money, here's how you make friends, here's how you get an apartment. And it covers like all the aspects of the post-grad life. Right now it doesn't make me money, but I think it's really important to not always do things for money. For now, I really want to kind of like give back to the people who were helping me when I was transitioning and do that for other students. I think it'd be nice to make over 100,000, and I definitely want to hit that by 30. I know it sounds kind of ambitious, but I think it's doable. I think if I make the right career jumps and I stick with my side hustles, it's definitely doable. I would want to donate some of it. I'd want to use some of it like to travel or to buy more camera equipment, and then a lot of it I would just want to put to the side. You know, maybe with groceries, I could buy more organic eggs, or just like tiny things, or maybe I could buy nicer shampoos. All the small things that it's easy to be frugal with, it would be nice to have that little perk later. But I think in general, my budget will still be pretty similar, even if I get a pay raise.
I think she's a very smart lady. She's making some really nice choices with her life. And I think she can actually not only hit her goals, but overcome them as well. Overcome them. No, that's not the word. She can also like surpass them. Yep.
Ma è una che lavora, cioè, non ho capito cosa di speciale questa qua, cioè, hanno preso una
Ok, blocca.